Happy Monday. It is June 22nd, 2020. It is still going to sound super weird me saying that now for the second time because my audio wasn't working very well and I'm repeating everything I've said. Joining us today would be Devlin84, who is my husband over on Twitch. He is my monitor and basically checking to see if my volume is great, which I am super grateful for him. Now, today I am going to be making a recipe card. I'm going to be showing you how to create your glass and the card and everything else except for ooh, it sounds good. Everything sounds good. My text to speech is on, so that might interrupt my conversation from here to there because I am notorious for not hearing comments or seeing comments. That's why I have voice to speech. Now, please don't ding me. I know this doesn't say pina colada. I inadvertently spelled it wrong, so don't ding me on that. This is just my tester. I want to see how well this would look. So the things you may need, I'm not going to say will need because it tends to change, especially when I get going. You may need some ink. I'm using pastel color block. You may need some sponges. If you have sponge daubers, even better. Some scissors, my little spatula. This is a ink pen, but you also could use a gel pen or even a white color pen, or color pencil, which I'm also may be using. Some double-sided tape, and of course the papers. I'm using this pattern paper. It is a scrap. I couldn't tell you where I got it from, but it's a scrap. It's pink. You can choose whatever scrap paper you want specifically for the recipes that you're going to be making. It doesn't necessarily need to be for drinks, but this is just a starting point so you can know what you are going to be creating. So, scrap paper or pattern paper. I'm going to be using some red for the cherries, some brown for the stems, some pale yellow for my pineapple, a whole lot of white in the off chance that I make a mistake, which I often do. And of course, I have my printed thingies, and I realize this also says it's spelled incorrectly. So I may have to show you how I do that on my Cricut, not Cricut, on Silhouette. I'm still not a master when it comes to my Cricut fonts, but I am pretty good at my Silhouette. So I will do a little bit of a tutorial on my Silhouette fonts, but it's only primarily for me to print and then cut this out and just glue it on there. So these are and of course I got a little scrap here on the off chance I need it. Also, what you will need, oh, come here, mirror, is a mat. You know what, I'm going to put these over here so I don't lose them. Alright, this mat is not as sticky as I would like it to be, so I will be incorporating blue painter's tape. You don't have to. This is just my preference. And why is it always it always looks like it's, is it me? I think it's just me. My camera's not aligned properly. Okay, let's get started. Oh, my chair. If it's not one thing, it's another. It's Monday. Of course, it's a Monday. And of course, you can't do your job without some liquid beverage. Today of choice is coconut. It's coconut coffee. Super delicious. I specifically requested without any sugar because I kind of like to add my own sweetener, which is like honey or sugar. All right, let's get over to where our tutorial is. Now, you may have seen this from my previous tutorial where it's just cut and dry. It doesn't show you anything other than how to create the mugs and glasses. Devlin84 says, he says, my coffee is coconut milk latte. Sorry, the voice speech is very robotic. So let's see now. I am going to move these guys to the top up here, and I'm going to show you how to create the glasses and mugs first before I do the recipe card, because of course this is a start to finish for this tutorial. Debbie says, I know. Oh, is it really? Oh, you can. You can hear the voice to speech, so I don't even have to repeat what you say then. Oh, that is nifty and super bad. Okay, well, we have to keep in mind of that. Hopefully we don't get any trolls and say things that they shouldn't. Surprise. Do you mean surprise or supreme? All right. So Devlin, shush. I'm starting my tutorial. People want to see this stuff. So unless you have an important question to ask, then go ahead. You can ask anything you want. Okay, aside from the voice guy being lame, does it have to do anything with the tutorial today? Are you good? Okay. let's get started. Okay, you're super green. Good. All right, I'm going to start with one of the most simplest ones, and it's this particular mug. Now, I've done this mug in previous streams, and I'm just going to show it all here together. I'm going to get myself a box. Now, this one seems I actually did a circle for. I'm going to show you two ways because that's how I do. I'm going to do a heart and a circle. All right. First things first. Let's change the colors because I hate the fact that it always goes to black. Can it be like something pastel-y? Let's see. Let's do blue. Okay. First one. Grab myself a circle and just make it slightly smaller. It's really up to you on how thick or thin you want your handle. For the tutorial purposes, I'm just choosing a random size. Putting everything to the center. There we go. And slice. Now, I will not need anything else. Now, I'm going to do the same thing for the heart. Slightly smaller. And put the center. Ooh, I don't like that. You see how I went all the way to close to the top, and then there's this huge gap here on the bottom? Let me see if I can get a little closer. Nope, that's further away. Yeah, see how it's so thin here at the top and then thick at the bottom? I'm just going to move that down just a little bit. Select everything and slice. Okay, all I need is this. All right, good. And I'm going to copy this one. Now, you don't have to do anything. I've seen mugs this big. You can either have it this thick or you can take it off the lock and elongate it just a little bit. So for this one, I'm just going to, let's see, right there. And weld. Put it right on top. That's the first one. Okay, now for the second. I'm not doing anything to it at all. I'm just going to move this over. Make the handle a little smaller. Ooh, where are you going? I'm going to take it off the lock and make it just a little longer like that. And weld. And there we go. We got 2 cups. 2 mugs? 2 mugs. Let me put this right on the line here. And honestly, we didn't do pretty much anything to these mugs. It was just 2 basic shapes put together. All right, let's get a little more fancy with our mug. And what I'm going to get is my pentagon tool. I'm going to grab myself a square. And of course, I'm going to get myself a heart. Put the heart over here. Highlight everything. And let's go with what it is. It's a green. All right. First things first, I'm going to grab my square, put it right on top, take it off the lock, and go to the other end. Select everything and slice. All right. I know it doesn't look much like a cup right now, but we're just going to do a bit of editing to it. All right. Now, oh, why did I what? Don't delete it. Take it off the lock and then elongate it to the size of what you're looking for. Now, since the very same shape for this one is basically the same thing, it's just slightly smaller. So for this one, the green one, I'm going to just squish it just a little bit, bring it down. And I think I used a circle on this one. I sure did. So this one goes to this one goes to this one. Got a little ahead of myself, as I always do. Okay. Then I'm gonna just duplicate it, and this one I'm gonna give it a thicker handle. And make sure I have this in the middle. So I'm going to go to align, center, and then slice. Good. Good, good, good. Did it delete it? No, I didn't. All right, all I'm going to do now is just make it slightly smaller and bring it to the top. Now, these are the more fancier mugs that I've seen, that they has just like a smaller hole at the top. So I'm going to select everything and weld. There we go. That's this mug right here. So far I have 3 mugs. Okay. Now, this is exactly the same thing, just using a different shape handle. Copy, paste, make it smaller. Alrighty. Ooh, yeah, give it a nice thicker. So I'm gonna slice this. Yes. Select everything and delete. Now for this, I'm just gonna make it smaller. Maybe take it off the lock and elongate it just a little bit. There we go. And weld. There we go. Somehow this one looks a little tinier. I'm not entirely sure why. But let me just select it and then bring it closer. Select this, bring it closer. Alrighty. Got 4 mugs so far. So this is done, and this is done. I may have 3, but of course the handles are slightly different. That's all, the only difference. Let me get myself another swig of coffee. It is done. Now I'm moving on to my water. All right, now for the fancy glasses. Now you can have an enormous amount of decorations for glasses. I'm just going to use a couple of basic things that I've seen thus far. And this is the one that we're going to be using for the pina colada right here. All right, let me move this back up. And let me show you this one right here. So what I did is I grabbed myself a pentagon tool and I sliced it first. Taking this off and slice. And of course I'm going to delete and delete. You're going to delete it? Yeah, there we go. Grab myself a circle. Actually, I got myself 2 circles. One is for the bottom. I'm going to take it off the lock and elongate it just a little bit. Then of course, all I did was bring this in. Now you can make this as thick or as thin, as I've seen it both ways on. And if you actually go online and look at unique glasses, not to see but to drink out of, unique drinking glasses, that's the more accurate way of saying it, you'll find so many different uniques, and it blows my mind that I have never looked at this before. I mean, I did last year, but when I actually first looked at this, I was like, oh wow, I didn't realize how many different glasses there are to really enhance a drink. Just the beauty of it. All right, that looks pretty good, and I'm going to weld. I'm going to grab also a square, and we're just almost done. I just need to elongate this. Now, be very mindful because you don't want to make it too thin, because then you're going to run into the trouble when you put pop dots on the back. They can show. All right, I'm going to select everything, and I'm going to do horizontally. Yes, and weld. And there we go. We have our first glass. Now this one looks a little smaller. It's really up to you on how you want this to look. All right, got that glass right here. Put it right there. Okay. The next one we're doing is this nice little wine glass. And I thought this was pretty interesting. I was like, wow, I didn't realize just by looking at it how easy it was to do. This was my first attempt to do a wine glass. The first one that I ever did was this wine glass right here. So all I'm going to do is just elongate it. Okay, I'm going to grab my square, elongate it to a rectangle. And now this is where it gets interesting. I'm going to take this off the lock, elongate it, and then grab myself a square and cut it. Now it's really up to you and how you want this to look. Let me just make this a little, yeah, that's better. I'm going to slice. Now it's really up to you on which one you want to use. Let me see if this one will work better. Let me flip it. Take it off the lock. Yep, I'm going to see if I could do both. This one's going to be a more of a traditional goblet looking one. Let me copy and paste this. You could just fiddle with this to see how you want this to look. And make sure that everything's in the center. There we go, and weld. Okay, and I got myself a yellow. Okay, there's that one right here. And then of course I have a more skinnier flute champagne looking one. Let's make this a little smaller and make sure everything is in the center. Weld. See? You can get so many different looking ones, and this is basically using the same method, just elongating a smaller version. So let's put these side by side. Let me take this off the lock and see if I can make it exactly the same size. There we go. Same thing, just it looks slightly different. All right, what's next? Now this one was interesting to do. All right, I'm going to get my pentagon tool yet again. I'm going to grab myself a square. My squares have been nothing more than knives on this particular project. If anything, I use the square more for a knife than anything. Okay, that's done. Now I'm going to elongate this to the appropriate size that I think looks good. That looks pretty good. And I'm going to grab myself a circle. Alrighty. And I'm going to try to get it from one end to the other. Let me get a little closer. Nope, further away. There we go. I'm going to take this off the lock and then trying to squeeze it. Is that good? Yes. Select everything and weld. Good. Let's go back. There we go. That's looking really good. You know, I can almost see this particular cup right here for Halloween. You know, you make it black, put a little red in it for liquid. Perfect for like a vampire drink. You know how they have vampire recipes for food? I don't know. Maybe I'm just the only weird one that's seen Pinterest recipes for Halloween. They have like Bloody Mary drinks, and this would be perfect glass for it. Okay, I'm going to take this off the lock. And then make sure everything still looks really thin. There we go. Make sure that everything is aligned properly and weld. Perfect. Let's turn this one a nice red color. I wish I had a crimson one. I guess that's as close to crimson as I'm going to get. That's a pretty color. That's a pretty cup. I love that cup. Now, for a martini cup, and I'm sure, not cup, but glass. Yes, that's what I meant to say. For a martini glass, which I'm sure that everybody has some sort or have seen a martini recipe. And this would be perfect for that. So let's just flip this. We're going to do the same thing, square and circle. And we're going to elongate this one. I'm going to elongate the square, make the circle. Yeah, I could totally see some liquid, a little olive. It would be perfect. All right, what am I doing? I am centering this horizontally and then welding. And then I'm just changing the color to a slight pink. There we go. Oh yeah, I can totally see a couple of drinks coming out of this particular recipe, but I'm only doing one today. Only so considering that I've already had a lot of audio issues. All right, last glass. And it's this half champagne. I'm not sure what it's called, but you primarily put like fancy beer in this particular glass. So you go and you grab yourself a circle, a square, actually 2 squares and another circle. All right. First things first, grab the square and make it into a rectangle and set it right on top. And it looks like I'm going to have to cut this first. Darn it. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut this first. Select it and slice. Delete, delete, delete this also. There you go. This makes more sense now. Make this a little taller at the top. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Weld. It's not really reading the way I want it to read. I want this to make... I'm going back. There we go. Maybe it needs to be a little longer at the top. Maybe it's the circle itself. It's not really reading the way I want it to read. Well, I will make do with what I have. Okay, let me make this sure that this is center horizontally and weld this first. Okay. Not exactly how this one came out right here, but I'm sure with working it a couple of times, it'll look great. I'm going to make the what is it called? The flute, the holder, I'm having a bit of a brain damage today. I can't seem to know what I'm trying to say. All right, take off the circle and then make it small right here at the bottom. Make sure everything is aligned properly. Not to the left. No, 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 to the left. Horizontally. There you go. And weld. Okay. There we go. And now all I need is a different color. This little purple. All right. That is all of them. These are all the cups that I'm going to be showing you today. Now, how to incorporate these. You could easily pick one and then make a recipe out of with the following steps that I'm going to show you. But for today, I am going to be showing you how to use this particular cup. Okay, I'm going to delete this. I am going to delete this. And what you will need a square. Actually, you need a couple of squares. 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. Okay. All right, the first thing you're going to do is going to take one of your squares and make it a 5 by 5. 5 by 5. All right, good. Now I'm going to change this to, let's say, pink, since our pattern paper is pink. That's where it's going to go. Now, let me move this to the back. And this one is going to be white. Actually, the rest of these are going to be white. All right. I'm going to take this off the lock, and I'm going to elongate it to about 2.3 by 4.2 inches. And I'm just going to make the glass fit in here. And it needs to be in the front. I'm going to take this off the lock and then elongate it to the size I'm looking for. That looks good. All right. I need these to fit, so I'm going to take this off the lock. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to take this one off and I'm going to duplicate the one on the top because it's the perfect size. Okay, what do I have here? This is 2.0, 2.0. Let me see if I can just elongate it a little bit. Just a little bit. So it reaches the top and the bottom. Okay. That is the basis of our recipe card. However, I need a tab. Ah, what was that? Oh, that just gave me a thank you for the raid. The fail. Did I say that correctly? How was your stream? Hopefully you had a pretty good stream. Please tell me I said your name correctly. Okay. So I did say it right. The flail. Thank you for coming to my stream. I am currently working on a recipe card on Cricut Design Space. What did you stream today? I'm doing good. And yes, you are hearing the text to speech because I'm notorious to not read my comments. So for all the people that came from the Flails party for the raid, let me show you what we are working on. Ooh, went. This is what we're making on the Cricut Design Space. And yes, don't dig me for the bad spelling. I wasn't looking at it. This is just my tester. So I'm doing a start to finish for this particular recipe card, which I'm doing on Cricut Design Space. Thank you for stopping on by. Hopefully you guys are going to be entertained with how to manage your Cricut if you have one. I will be using my silhouette as well. thank you. I really appreciate that, the flail. I really, really do. By the way, what were you streaming today? Were you streaming something scary or something crafty? Agua fresca. It takes a few seconds for it to pick up from stream. So I'm just holding for a few moments before I move on. Ooh, moving myself over. So nothing scary today? Were you doing something amazing? No? Okay. All right. To make... Oh, here we go. Aww. Aww. That's so cute. I'm sure your dad is going to love that. Right now, I'm going to be creating myself a tab for this recipe card. Well, I'm going to be showing you how to add the finishing touches to this card. And then we're going to start to cutting, printing, and shading, and all that other good stuff. Because it is good stuff. So for the first part, this is part of the tab. I'm going to grab myself a circle. Actually, let me take this off the lock and make it a little smaller, just like that. And then I'm just going to duplicate this to where I think this is going to look good. I'm going to grab both of my circles and make sure that they are vertically, I say skeptically. All right, that looks good. Kind of looks like Mickey Mouse, but I'm trying to cut all of this. Wait, this needs to be welded first before I do anything because it's not going to register it. And then slice. So now I just need to take off all the excess that I don't need. Ooh, that does not look good. But you know what? With a little finagling, you can make it look perfect. But for me, for the tutorial purposes, this just looks fine. All right, I'm going to duplicate this and flip it. Now, I am not putting a score line on here because I've been cutting through my paper like a mad lad. So I am just going to just leave it alone and fold it myself. All right, I'm making sure that it's all perfectly aligned and weld. That is my tab. That is what's going to be going right on top of here. And I could already tell this is super big, so I'm just... Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you so much, the fellow. Thank you for the biddies too. Go and rest, and then go work on your projects. It's no good when you're tired and then you're trying to work on something for a family member because the flaws are going to come up. Relax, breathe in the good air, take out the bad air, and then get started. All right. I need one last thing before I cut everything. And that is, I need a, what is it called? Not a skin. Oh my gosh, I had the word in my head. Now I can't remember what it is. It's a shade. It's a, mask. It's a mask. We're making a mask. All right. I'm making a thin mask so I can represent the outside and my inside of my cup. Because we're going to do some shading and I want this to look like it's inside a glass. So I'm going to select everything and make sure everything is centered properly. Horizontally. Okay, and then slice. Alrighty. I don't need this. I don't need this. I do, however, need this. This is my shading. This is my mask. And we're going to be doing some actual coloring with inks. So I need to have this to cover over. everything is set. Everything is set and done. Now I'm going to be moving on to my silhouette. I know some of you don't have a silhouette, and for those that do, this is not going to be a very long tutorial. All I'm going to do is enter in the information necessary in here. So what I'm going to do is just take what this is. This is 2.033 by 2.089. All right, so here's my silhouette. I've already wrote some of my lines which says pina colada properly. It actually says that correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab myself a square, turn it white so you guys can see what I'm doing. Where is my white? Oh, it's over here. And I'm going to change the size to 2.088 by 2.089. Is that correct? Let me see. No, 3.3. It's 3.3. Actually, this is 3.3. That's the size that my recipe card is going to be. It seems small, but once everything is cut out, it'll make some sense. So the font that I'm using is called Annie Carroll, and you can actually get this at 101 Fonts. It's free, and what I love about 1001 Fonts is that a lot of them are commercial use. So if you decide to actually do this for a craft fair or sell it online, you won't get dinged on it because it's commercial free. All right, let me get a little closer to my nuts. Oh, here we go. All right, you can notice that these are all separate. There's no need to worry about that because we're just doing a print and cut. But if you're going to cut these out, make sure that you weld everything, and that'll get rid of the cut lines. Weld. All right, I'm going to highlight this and group them because I don't want anything to happen to them. Group. And I'm going to just elongate this just a little bit, just a tad, like that. Move my pina down. All right. For my next one, I'm going to be doing the same. Let's see what I have on the second one. Is it the same? No, it's not. You know what? Let's just make it the same. That way I don't have to fuss about it. All right. Now for the ingredients, I just went to Pinterest, found a pina colada recipe, and I just added the information in. So let me just move back just slightly. Copy, paste. And let's see now. For the recipe itself, let me see if I can get a little closer. That's too close. There we go. Okay. I'm going to need 50 milliliters. And for some reason, this is going super big. And that's fine. You can always change it up here and make it 12 inches. 12 inches. 12 pixels? 12 font. Not entirely sure what the scale of measure for a font is. All right, I just put 16 on there. You're gonna need white rum, and yes, I'm giving you the actual ingredients for a pina colada. Pineapple juice, and I think pineapple is spelled incorrectly. Yes, it is. All right, next it's going to have 1 tablespoon of coconut cream. Next, 1 teaspoon, and that's spelled on the site, TEASP, sugar. Sugar. There we go. And I know it tells you, you see these little blue lines? It is basically saying, hey, this is not registering as a proper font. It doesn't make sense. Now, that's what messed me up in the first place when I did this and I spelled pina colada wrong. I'm like, no, it's fine. It's okay. Now, the last two ingredients is ice and 6 to 7 pineapples. Actually, pineapple chunks. Now, if you want to get in depth with how you mix it, how you put it in the blender and everything, you could do that on the back. I'm just showing you just a small snippet on what you can do for the front. You can always do something on the back where, you know, your directions would go. So I would go make this everything centered. I'm going to go here. Where is it? Right here. And that's going to center everything. Now, I need to make sure I got the right font. Oh, that's right. I weld everything, so the font's going to disappear. And I believe... Are you going to give me a hard time? All right. It was Anna. Yeah, Annie Carroll. Now, that seems a little small, so I'm just going to elongate it and make it fit. Good. And I want to make sure that everything's in the middle, just like that. And I want this to have a border, so I'm going to go over to my line here and make it nice and thick. About maybe an inch. Yeah, about an inch. And there we go. Those are my main ingredients. Ooh, I don't like the red on this, so I'm just going to change it also to a nice black. All right, those are my main ingredients. In order to print this, I just need to go over to what is it called? Page settings. Change it to a letter, and that's it. I just send it to the printer. I just turn on my printer. Print. Oh wait, there's one last thing. I need to for my tab. I kind of wanted to say drinks. So what I'm going to do is grab this. Spell out drink. Now I am not changing this because I want other drinks to be behind it. So this could be like my front panel. So I'm going to do black. And I'm going to make this about, I don't know, say, let's see, what's the size of this right now? It's not even an inch. I should probably make it somewhat of an inch. Okay, I'm going to do half an inch. That's good. That's fine. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm not even going to put a box around it or nothing. That's it. This is it. And I'm going to print. Print. Good. Yes. Now it's doing this thing. I no longer need... Let me bring this to the front. This was my test one. It has all the ingredients, but unfortunately I spelled this incorrectly, so that's going to go away. And I'm going to bring all my other stuff forward. Okay, yes, I know. Okay. So it's doing its thing, and I'm going to go back to Cricut. While that is printing and doing its thing, I'm going to tell Cricut, hey, it's time for you to cut. Worky time. Alrighty. I do not have a 12 by 12 white. What I do have is an 8.5, no, an 8 by 8. Well, 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. And yes, my mat is sticky, but just not that sticky. So I'm going to be blue painting it up. I don't want anything to happen to this. I don't want this going anywhere. Lord knows I ruined enough paper today that I don't want this going crazy on me. All right, so I have an 8 and 1/4. However, that's not what it's registering here. I need to move these things to fit onto the 8 by 8. Okay, that's on the 7 and that's on the 7. Great, done. Nothing else to do. All right. Oh, I forgot something. I forgot my little cherries. No, I can't have a pina colada without a cherry or my pineapple. What was I thinking? Ah, here I think I'm almost done and nope, I am not. All right, I need to make myself a pineapple. So using a couple of basic shapes, all I'm going to do is get myself a triangle, flip this over. Gonna grab myself a couple of circles and I'm gonna make them a little random. They're not gonna be perfect. Some are gonna be small, some are gonna be big. Okay. Kind of like it like that. All right, I'm using these 3 as my bases and I'm gonna weld. No, 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 don't weld to them. Oh, okay, good. I was like, no, 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 no. It sounded like a dog there for a second. No, 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 no. All right, I need to flip this guy. So flip it. All right, good, good, good. And it kind of looks like a pizza, but by the end of it, I assure you, it'll look like a pina colada. But before I do anything, let me duplicate this and weld. Let me weld you. Weld, weld, weld. Huh, why does it say flat? I don't want you flat. I don't want you flat either. Can I unflat? Wait, what? That's weird. Alrighty, let me just weld. Where's my weld? What did I do? Okay, alright, let me just start all over. Okay, Cricut, it may not be the most perfect machine, but it does have its moments that can make you go a little stir crazy. Alright, you know what? I'm just going to bum rush this because it's giving me such a hard time. I'm going to grab all my little circles, weld it. It still looks like a pizza to me, and I'm going to weld. Alright, this, however, I'm going to slice. And what I'm going to do is just elongate it just a little bit. Like that. Highlight everything and slice. And you're probably thinking, oh, this looks like a mess. Trust me, there's a method to my madness. It'll all work out. All right, I'm going to make this brown. Alrighty. This is my pineapple. It may not look like it yet, but I promise you it will. It'll look like a pineapple once I'm done. I need some cherries and I also need a straw. Let me get myself a straw here. Just taking a square, elongating it, and then making it into a rectangle. And this shall be my straw. Doesn't have to be that big, but there you go. There's my straw. Gotta get my cherries because your girl needs some cherries on her pina colada. Lord knows I get those hard days and all I want is my maraschino cherries on my pina colada. And that rum. Don't forget that rum. All right. I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to overlap it. I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to overlap this. All right, I'm going to grab the front and then slice it. This is going to give me a couple of pieces that I just need to keep in mind. All right, now this can be red. And my back portion here is going to be brown. And I need to weld this. Weld. Bring this to the front. There we go. And all I'm going to do, I don't need that big of a cherry, although Lord knows some days I really do need a big, huge cherry on top of my pina colada. All right. Am I good? Is everything good? Yes. I think I'm good to cut now. Let's go over to make it. Now I can actually move everything where I needed to go. Alrighty. That's good. My pink is good. My strawberries, my cherries are good. This looks a little weird. What's this? Oh, okay. That was weird. See, I don't know why it does this, but on occasions my my images go wonky. All cattywampus, and I don't particularly like that. Okay. Let me double check on where my brown is and if I need to rotate it. Nah, it's good. It's good. Oh, look at that. What's this? Why is it so high up? Oh my gosh, you guys can't even see it. Do you see this? My straw is all the way up here. Okay, you know what? I'm going to move this. Let me go back. I am going to move this straight like that. I have a feeling Cricut is having some issues with their images. I'm not entirely sure what that is or why it's happening. All right. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to go to make it, and yes, I'm going to have to start over the process again. I'm going to have to move this here. Move this here. That looks good. That looks good. That does not look good. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, there it is. Although this one looks off for some strange reason. I guess I just needed to move it. I don't know. Let's go hit continue. All right, it's looking at my machine. I don't need. Ooh. Thank you, Devlin. You're gonna give me a heart attack each time you do that. All right, I need to move. Right now, it's under. You guys can't see it. You see how this area is highlighted down here? You need to move it all the way to the top. Otherwise, it's gonna cut it under that matte color, and you don't want that. Trust me, I have done many errors that way. Devlin 84. I know you see it. You see it almost every day. All right, I'm cutting this. I'm pushing my button. It's telling me cutting at 14%. Agua fresca. All right. It has officially printed. It's spelled correctly. And hopefully it'll fit inside my images over here. Yeah. When you actually cut something out and you're like, oh, it's 2 inches. It's not that big. Trust me. 2 inches is mighty big. Besides, it's not the size. It's how you use it on your mat. And it's almost done. I'm at 86%. Are you almost done? Are you almost done, buddy? Are you good? Are you tasty? Yes? Yes! Alright. Alright, I'm going to just tear these off. So satisfying. Just tearing this off. Alright. Here's my mask. Okay, I don't need this inside insert, but I do need this guy. And I need to be very careful with him. I don't want anything to happen to him. Alright. This goes into my scrap pile along with this guy right here. Okay, almost done. I am almost done. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Am I really done? Aren't any of us truly ever done with our crafts? I would have to say nay! No, we are never done. Alright, what is our next color? We have our pattern paper. Now, again, you don't have to use pink. You don't have to use any of the items that I am using. I'm just using this because it looks really nice against the, you really want a nice contrasting color. Because I was going to be getting some sort of like tropical pattern paper, but it was just too much. At least with this one, it's a little softer. Yeah. Okay, it's gonna do its thing. It's gonna cut. See, this is the one that I was originally gonna use, but it is a little too much. It's a little loud on my. I wanted something subtle. It's a pina colada after all. You just want to sip your alcoholic drink, sit back, remember what the beach was like. Pretend that there is sun beating down on you when it's really just a lamp. All right. Now, don't mind this little blue painter tape. I will be taking that off. Man, I miss the beach. I miss the beach so much. But unfortunately, my beach is 8 hours away now, when before it was 2 hours away. 8 hours is a little longer than I want to go in a car to the beach. All right, what's my next color? Red. Hello, red. Hello, my delicious cherries. There you go. I don't want you guys flying off the handle, as you often do. You lied to me, stickiness. You lied to me. Yes, there's have been occasions that my mat it's incredibly sticky, and the next thing I know, it's going all cattywampus on me. I don't know why it does that. It just does it. All right, what am I doing? Cutting it. There you go. Okay, it looks like I don't need this extra white, but I do need this yellow. Wait, did I already do the brown? No, I didn't do the brown. Got a little ahead of myself there. Feel that nice warm air outside. Hearing the ocean. Feeling the sand between my toes. Breathing in that ocean air. I remember going to the beach a lot as a kid. And I mean a lot, a lot. What are we going to be doing this summer? Going to the beach? Okay! Eating soggy sandwiches, half cold drinks, and just having a good old time running back and forth on the beach, finding all sorts of shells and little sea creatures that I would dig into the sand and have them crawl in my hand. I remember going into the water only up to my knees because I was so super scared about the water. Like, nope, this is as far as I'm going to go. I screamed like a little girl when the waves started coming after me. Okay. This one right here is my last one. And then I'm going to bring it all together. Hopefully it's going to come out like this right here. hopefully. So I already got one pina colada, and like I was saying in the beginning of my stream, this would be perfect to give as a gift. Especially for someone that likes alcoholic drinks or even non-alcoholic drinks. You can make any kind of recipe card for this. It doesn't have to be drinks per se. I just wanted to show you what you could do with the mugs and the glasses that I showed previously on how to make with basic shapes on your Cricut. Because I'm a firm believer that you don't have to pay $1.99 for an SVG when you can easily make it yourself. I'm a firm believer that, hey, if I can make it myself and do it for free, yeah, sure, it's going to cost me a little bit of time. I'd rather have it cost me a bit of time than money on something that I may use once or twice. But with this, at least you know you can make it and bring it up whenever you want because it's going to be in your system. All right. Last one. Let me cut this. Cut. Oh, yeah. I cannot wait. Oh, look how pretty this is. And I did use a bit of Wink Estella, and sadly the camera is not bringing it up. I can see it shimmering on my side. It's not really doing it over here. Oh, that's just... Hopefully when I actually put the Wink Estella, it'll show up a little more. All right. I got all my pieces. I'm done. Well, I'm done cutting anyway. Ah, it's sticking to my finger. It's still on my finger. I tell you what, I have these sticky, painter's tape, and sometimes out of random, I'll start walking around the house, and my little girl goes, "Mama, you have stickers on you have stickers on your leg. You should have stickers on your foot. Mama, you have sticker in your hair." I'm like, yeah, that's... I'm like, how do you guys keep getting in my hair? I thought I threw you in the trash. Nope. I have blue painter's tape, all sorts of parts of my body. All right. As I stated before, I'm going to get my color block. I'm going to get my sponges, and I'm just going to start sponging all this stuff. Now, this white is going to disappear in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit of shading to make this pop. For this one, I just went all hog wild with my blue. So I'm just going to grab myself some blue, a little darker blue. There you go. You don't have to do blue. You can do whatever color you want. You want it more tropically, grab yourself some yellow. And all I'm just going to do is just tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. And for me, it kind of reminds me like blue clouds. When I do this technique, I just like dab it on where you can see like the white peeking through. Just reminds me when I went to the beach, the clouds were just sitting out there, half blue, half white. Man, I really want a pina colada now. I know it's only like 11 o'clock in the morning. But it's never too late for a pina colada. Never too late. Now, just to darken my edges, I'm just going to go... Ooh, that is not coming out the way I want it. There we go. There we go. I want that nice solid line. Switch. Almost done. I'm going to put that right on top. And yes, you will get ink on your hands. This is a messy project. It may not look like you have ink, but trust me, you have ink. All right, so I'm going to put this guy right here. And then I'm going to grab his friend. Your time to get inked, man. You're going to get judgment on you. Get all inked up. No, don't cover me in ink. You're gonna get inked and like it. And this is what happens when you leave me alone to my devices, guys. All right, I am almost done. I swear. Maybe. I lie. I'm not done yet. Okay. Good, good. All right. That's the last one. For the boxes. Okay. I'm going to put this guy up here. I'm going to put this guy down here. All right. Next, I am going to work on my cup. Oh, no, don't do that. That was super smart of me. Yeah, go ahead and blow on your tiny little pieces that can get lost super easily on your desk. All right. I'm going to get a bit of double-sided tape. I'm going to take it off ever so carefully on my finger. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this be my mask. I don't want this to be too super sticky. And I'll tell you why. Because I want this to come off of it. All right. There's my first one. And I really don't need a lot. Just need it in 2 places. And I know that's kind of hard to see. Let me move this guy up here. Maybe you can see it better. All right. I'm going to just take this off. Take it off. Come on, strip. Don't be like that. I know you want to come off. There you go. All right, I'm just rolling it up in my fingers, and I'm going to place it down here. All right. I'm going to place this right on top, and this is going to become my mask. And you're probably wondering, what do you need a mask for? Well, my friends, I'm going to color the inside of this, and I want the border to be white to make it look like a glass. So for my pina colada, I'm going to grab myself a couple of tropical colors. I'm going to have myself a little bit of red. Nothing too crazy. And I'm just going to dab it a little. I may even go as crazy as, rubbing it on there just a little bit. All right, grab myself a yellow. Now you got to be careful that this mask doesn't come off. Doesn't come off. Considering that it's only being held by 2 pieces of rolled up double-sided tape that I so cleverly took a lot of the stickiness off of. Yes, and most pina coladas are just plain white. I'm fully aware of that. I know what a pina colada looks like. However, this is a craft. I'm trying to make this as different as possible so it'll pop up. All right. Let's take off the mask. There we go. Let's take off this little double-sided tape. So there you go. Now you have a little soft color, and it looks like it's inside a glass. But we're not done. This is going to be our pineapple, and I need to grab myself a little, what is it called? Color pencil. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to just do the little bumps, I guess, the little details that a pineapple has. Not going crazy or anything. Just doing a couple of little marks. Do you guys see that all right? Maybe I should go a little closer. Now I get the goal of saying, hey, is this close enough for you? There you go. Can you see that? You can seize it? Good. I'm glad you can seize it. All right. I'm moving this a little bit, just a dab of glue. And I didn't see which way this went. Oh, well. There we go. I got lucky. All right. There's my piece of pina colada, or pineapple, I should say. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dab of glue right here in the front, and then position my cup right over it. There we go. Just like that. And here's my straw. And do a little dab of glue. And it too will be positioned over my glass. Just like that. Oh yeah, that's looking mighty tasty. Mighty tasty. But I'm not done. I need a cherry on mine. Alright, Mr. Cherry. I'm going to do my cherry stuff right here. Hopefully I'm not out of frame. Stick this right on top of my cherry. Oh yeah. It's looking mighty nice. I put that right there, right on top. Okay, just a little bit dab will do me. Little dab. There we go. And of course I need one here right at the bottom. But I unfortunately didn't glue that to my cherry. Awesome. Amazing. Great. Okay. Stick this on here. Stick, 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 darn it, stick. All right. And I'm going to do this like right there. Okay. Let's put all of this together and see what I come up with. All right. Turning this over. And I'm just glue. You know what? I didn't mean to glue it. I'm going to use pop dots. I want to make sure this really stands out. Don't worry if the glue's on there, it's not going to hurt it any. In fact, it's going to have such a dimension, then it's not even going to touch the paper. So when it dries, it'll be fine. Okay, I need to cut this because I totally forgot that this area right here is super skinny. There we go. All right. Okie dokie, that's looking pretty good. I need to just cut this one more time. Stop. Stop. Oh. No, don't stick to me. Stick to the paper, not to me. All right. That should be good. That should be great. This is not sticking to me. This is sticking to me, not the paper. Ah, no, no. That's your home. Go to your home. Don't come to me. Go to your home. Okay. I'm just taking off all these little tabs. And hopefully the tabs. Stop it. I want the tabs. I don't want the floopies. Come on. All right. Okay. So far, so good. So that is right there. Let me maneuver this. Tap it, tap it, tap it. Good, good, good. Now you can do double-sided tape for this, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't want, as much as I love using glue, it tends to warp paper, and I don't like that. Especially if you're going to give this as a gift, you don't want this to be warping on you. I mean, can you see it? You get yourself some white rum, some pineapple slices, even a whole pineapple, like a little tiny one. Put it in a basket with a maraschino cherries, a bit of sugar. I would definitely like that as a gift. Hint, hint, wink, wink, Devlin. For all of you that do not know, Devlin84 is my husband, and he is currently my moderator. Say hi in the chat if you would like. He's just being all sorts of sneaky right now. Because if I let him talk, he will run away with my chat. Talking about all sorts of stuff and things. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, but I have voice to chat on. I don't want it to overshadow what I'm trying to... Ah, there he goes! No idea what I'm hinting at. Right. Yeah, no idea. Whatsoever. Alright, I'm just going to rub this. Give it a nice little rub down. Little rub and a slap here. Here's the rub. Now comes the slap. Slap. There we go. There you go. Nice little slappity slap. Oh, I almost forgot this little guy. You see this weird looking shape? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it. And now this has officially become my tab. Now, for this one, I have it on this side, and I realized I made it a little smaller. Hopefully, my drink will fit on that. And if it doesn't, it's not a big deal. I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to actually use glue for this one. I don't want this going anywhere. And if it warps a little bit, it's not that big of a deal. Eee. Splooge. Oh, that glue. Not on me. On the... There. Go. There. Excuse me. Okay, now. Oh, I didn't do this properly. Okay, I need to make sure that I get my edges because I don't want this coming up whatsoever, especially if I'm giving this as a gift. All right, I'm going to move this right over here. Oh, I don't like the way that looks. I'm going to flip it. There you go. That looks much better. Okay, that looks so cute. But I'm not done yet. No siree, Bob. I need to put on my signs. Now, I'm not having this go through my Cricut, although I could. I do still want to say that this has been handmade, and this is my handmade portion of it because I'm cutting it with my scissors. Yes, I totally made this handmade. No, I didn't. You didn't use my machine. These cuts that you see here are all me. I did this. Technically, I did. I just had my machine to cut it. All right. Again, I don't want to use my glue because it's going to warp my paper. And this is pretty thin paper. I don't want glue seeping through whatsoever. All right. Little dab of double-sided glue will do me. It's a dollop of daisy. But it really isn't because it's a double-sided tape. There you go. Nice little rub down. Nope. That's good. One more time. Even better. Alrighty. Ooh, I made it too big. No, I made it too big. Okay. It's okay. I can rectify this. You see what I just did? I cut it. Yes, I know. Blasphemy, I tell you. But I cut it. Look, I'm doing it again. You want to see it for a second time? Ooh. There you go. Just to show you the blasphemy one more time, I'll do it again. There we go. I mean, yes, this is how it originally looked. No. This is how it was supposed to be in the first place. See? Slap. Yeah, no. That's exactly how it came. Now I have a big problem. Is this going to fit also? Oh, no. I don't know if it's going to. I'm going to put this back here. You know what? Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to cut inside the lines. This is why it's always good to measure twice and then print. If I only listen to my own rules, none of this would happen. I mean, no, this is exactly how I meant this stream to go. Yes. I mean, yes, this is exactly how it was supposed to go in the first place. Nothing went out of the ordinary. This is exactly how I'm teaching you guys how to do it. But for reals, you guys just need to measure your thing. I should have measured it twice, looked at it, and then printed it. But there's always a solution to every problem, even if it's not the most traditional way of doing things. Stop it! Oh wait, I have one more. Drinks. I don't know if this drinks is going to fit. It may not. And if it doesn't, it's not that big of a deal. You can always reprint it. I'm just cutting it really super close to the word. Like super close. It may not actually work, but it's okay. I just keep telling myself that. It's going to work. It's fine. Let me move this. All right. Does this fit? No, but it, you know, I'll just push it down just a little bit. Like right there. I mean, yes, this totally is what it was supposed to look like. No. Don't look at the edges or anything. That's how it's supposed to be. All right. Take your time with this. Of course, with all tutorials, I always feel like I'm rushing. All right. Now, if you feel like, hey, that's sticking out too much, that little indent, if it's bothering you that much, grab yourself some scissors. Go along the line here and cut it off. No one will be the wiser. This is your project and you're giving this as a gift. All right. Now for just some small, tiny, insignificant details that always makes it a difference. I'm going to grab myself my white, what is this called? Pigment pen. You can use gel pen. You can use white crayon or white color pencils. And I'm just going to make a small, like, what do you call it? Shines, glass shines. I'm going to do the same thing with my maraschino cherry. All right, I'm going to give that just a second to dry. Now, if you feel like the white is too light, you can always go over it a couple more times just to make the pigment come up. And I think I'm just going to do that for this particular portion right here. And that's it. I think it's okay on the cherries though. Since it's so dark, you know. All right. Last but not least, Wink of Stella. This stuff is amazing. Now, you're not going to be able to see it very well, but it's definitely going to give it a small, darker shade. See, it's turning it a little darker. What this is really super glittery and fine, well, glitter. That's in a liquid format. All right, and let me just squeeze out a little more. And all it does is just give it a bit of shine to your project. And since this is a glass, I definitely want it to look like, well, I need to get myself a new Wink of Stella, looks like. Oh, I can hear it. I can hear it. This is like the silver Wing Castella. There, it comes in different colors. It has gold, as it has shimmer, like plain shimmer. All right. I am fully aware that you guys probably cannot see this, but I can. It is shimmery on my end. And there you have it. There's two different takes. I went a little smaller on this one and a little bigger on this one. I think I like this one bigger. I like this one better because you can really see it. This one's a little too dainty, but then again, this is my tester. This is the actual one that I'm going to be giving to a friend. And look at that. If you had a couple of more of them, you can easily line them up. Like you have drinks and then you have all the ones underneath it, or recipes of soups and salad. Now, this is a very small recipe, but it does not the whole recipe. In order to get really detailed, you know, like putting it in a blender, adding the ice, how much, you know, what you need to shake, use the back. Print out all the information you need either by hand to make it more special for the person because you actually used your hand on it, or you can do what I do, you know, print it out and then slap that puppy right on the back, and you could put this in any gift basket or give it by hand. It is a perfect gift. Not only that, I think this would make great what do you call it, craft fair ideas. Like if you wanted to have a recipe box, you have all these little cute images that you can make on Cricut, put it all together and sell it for at least $10-$20 because it's all handmade. Well, craft made anyway. Thank you all for stopping on by. This is my end of my stream. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know now before I actually let you guys go. I'm going to give it just a few moments before I turn off my stream because I would like to hear from you on what possibly you want to see. I have a schedule of items that I'm going to be doing, but I am more than happy to do bonus content for you guys. And since you guys are on stream right now, you get first priority, first dibs on what you want to see. Let me know. You have about 1 to 2 minutes before I let this stream go. And let me take this down. I like this tab better, but then again, the reason why it looks better is because I took my time on it. This one was a little more rushed. That's why it's smaller. Because this one I was like, okay, I have to measure this, I have to measure this, put my circle, cut it properly, and it gave me the right angle. This one was like, put it all together. Oh, that's good. That's good. It is a hot one today, you guys. I kid you not. It is super, super hot in my craft room. I'm right over the garage, so I can feel that heat seeping in. Got 1 more minute. If you guys have nothing else, I will be closing stream. Trust me, I come on here every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So if you guys have a specific thing you want to see, I can make it for you. I can make it out of basic shapes and show you how to do it. And I can put it on YouTube as a bonus content. Yeah, I like this one a lot more. The cherries are a lot more predominant. The cup is much more predominant. The only thing I messed up on is just probably this right here because I kind of like this little border sticking out. And I had to cut it off for this one, but it's not that bad. Besides, they're not going to be looking at this a lot. They're going to be looking at this a lot more. All right. Thank you guys for stopping on by. If you have any questions, feel free to whisper me. If you are on YouTube, please leave a comment below. Like and subscribe. Smash that like, follow button. Whatever you guys need to do. Thank you for stopping on by. You guys have a beautiful day. Bye.